Hi Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing great. You guys are going first because I did get the most views from you guys last video. That's how I'm going to be doing this round. So this is going to be general messages for love and career. Just cards. We're just pulling cards. I'm going to be doing tarot, Lenormand, throwing astro dice, astro card, throwing some runes, okay? We're going to do a real fun mixed bag. Hopefully we'll get some good messages for you guys. I'm going to be doing the astrology separate in a video for the month of August in a couple of days. That'll be, I'll be on camera and we're just going to be chatting about the astrology separate from all of this. But let's see what the energy has for us. So let's pull a couple of Lenormand and then we'll throw some runes, see what kind of messages we can get. All right, so we have the tweeting the hummingbirds, woman number 2, lady number 2, okay, and the rider. Okay, some sort of message. All right, is it going to be coming in? Let's pull some runes. Let's see what we got. We'll just pull 3 runes for our Capricorn friends. 3 runes for our Capricorn friends. What do we have? I'm not doing the runes in reversal. All right, so this guy is first. Okay, so we have rhythm, we have journey, we have blank. Okay, so we have unknown and we have Elgi's protection. Okay, so this is the order it came in. It came out in. Okay, good enough. Let's throw some astro dice. We have Aquarius, we have the moon, and we have the first house of self. All right, guys. So there's some sort of message coming in, right? Because we have the journey rune with the hummingbirds, which quite literally means like social media, messages coming in, people gossiping about you, but not in a bad way, information coming in. And when we combine the information with the journey, this indicates that there's something that's going to be coming in. All right. Now, the lady here does indicate either if you are a female, it can indicate you. It can indicate if you're in a same-sex relationship. It can indicate even a male partner, same sex, either way. It's just partnership, or it can be you. But it is this idea of looking forward, looking out the window, grabbing onto the Venus emblem on her chest. Remember, these are Lenormand, so I break them down individually, but then we give one cohesive message. And then the first card, number 1, having to do with rider. Give me a Taurus energy. Having to do with rider indicates, first of all, getting the heck off a cycle that you've been on, which is really, really great. Some sort of message is going to be coming in for sure, right? Because you see she's got the messenger bag, right? So she's bringing in some sort of message. So we have, let's bring these together. So for many of you, there could be some messages coming in via social media regarding somebody that you're either with, you were with, or that you're interested in. And whatever information this is going to be bringing you forward onto this next cycle of a journey. Okay, again, we have the radio, we have its rhythm, its journey, its movement. Okay, so movement having to do with this communication. Then we have unknown. So there's something that you're learning right now that you did not know before. Some sort of information is coming to light. Something is being illuminated that you didn't know. But what I love is that the ending of a cycle is happening for you. You're going to be stepping into a new one. It can be very benefic depending on what comes up with the tarot. This can be very benefic for some of you where information comes in about a partner and you end up leaving an unhealthy cycle and getting into a healthy cycle. This could be information coming in that's illuminated about somebody that you're interested in, that you find out, oh my God, bullet dodged, bad kind of situation going on there. But there is this indication that there is an ending of a cycle that you were a part of, and that there's going to be more of a grounding moving forward, right? Because then we have protection, right? But the idea here is, right, with Elgis, this is a good, really good energy, but you have to watch your back, okay? So this does indicate that whatever's happening, whatever information is coming in, make sure you're paying attention. Do not not see anything because it's uncomfortable for you to look at. Not that you guys would normally, do that, but I see very much that You want something different. You're very focused on the future. You're very focused on the future because we have Aquarius here. Aquarius is you want to do something different. You want to have something handled differently, and you're very focused on the future because Aquarius is ruled by by Uranus rather. And then we have the moon. And the moon is all about, you know, the moon is I feel, but what is your gut telling you, right? What is your gut telling you? And I feel like that's coming up with the unknown rune here where your intuition is kind of poking at you, but you don't have all the information about something. And you're really being pushed to ask with the first house to consider if your actions in the world and the purpose that you're purporting to be, that it's those two things are in alignment with your soul purpose, having to do with that job, having to do with that relationship, whatever it is, because it really is time to be unapologetically you know, to hell with whoever doesn't get you, really. Honestly, Capricorn, you guys have been through a lot, and whoever doesn't get you, they don't have to get you. They don't have to. I love it. We have Taurus. You know why I like this? Because Uranus is in Taurus right now, right? And it's all about the future, baby. That's it. It's all about the future. So I feel like in a very practical way, Taurus is a very earthy energy. It's a pentacle energy. It's also ruled by Venus. So I don't care if we're looking at this for career or love. I think this is a really good energy for you to be moving forward. I have a very forward movement vibe here. Information coming in. You're not feeling like you have all the answers. Just pay attention to everything. Pay attention to absolutely everything. All right. So why don't we start with relationship? Let's pull the Witch's Tarot, and we'll get our messages here about this in a Celtic cross spread. We'll pull some, we'll sweep it, we'll do some oracles, and then we'll go into career, guys. That's what it's going to look like, okay? That's what it's going to look like today, Capricorn friends. Okay, guys, if you like my energy, please like this video and subscribe. That's, you know, that's what YouTube looks at to suggest videos, right? That's how it works on YouTube. Okay, I like the Ace of Wands. Yes. All right. Okay. So we have the Ace of Wands. It's crossed by the High Priest right now. So the High Priest, you know, depending, for some of you, depending on your particular situation, because these are, after all, still general messages, can indicate the offer of marriage or an aligning of a belief system. Okay. So there can be a situation going on having to do with that. Why don't we talk about the past first? So we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, you know, wands are all about will. So this is you know, this information coming in now. Whenever we get a core card, we can understand it as you, an external person, or a general energetic influence. We have the Knight of Wands. It's Scorpio and Sagittarius. So it's this. If it's a general influence, it's some sort of energy coming in that's making you want to move forward, that's making you want to really embrace something. Now, this could be a new way of life. This could be a new way of dealing with each other within relationship. This could be you deciding to leave the idea of being single behind and you embracing, like, you know what, I have to just get out there, and you meeting somebody. You know, because the Knight can often indicate meeting somebody new who you're very sexually attracted to. Very, okay? Because wherever Scorpio is, there's sex, right? Scorpio is what we look at. It's one of the sex indicators. But it's and Sagittarius, which has to do with morality. And we have that with the High Priest. And it has to do with our belief system, our religion, how we frame reality, right? So it's it's like this just unbelievable attraction to move forward, feeling pulled forward by an energy. Okay, so this could be just like being really, really just very set on a new beginning for yourself, right? That would be a general energetic influence where you're just like, I'm all about going after what I want right now. Others of you are going to be meeting somebody. It depends on what your status is of relationship. But regardless, situation right now, we have a new beginning. So Capricorn, it doesn't matter where you're at in relationship, there is a new beginning here. Ace is brand spanking new. It's not a new cycle. And it's very exciting. There's a lot of motivation here as well. Again, more sexual chemistry here very, very high sexual chemistry. Now, it is crossed by the high priest. So I'm going to say that for some of you, please don't come after me. I just have to read the cards, and these are general messages. Take it how it resonates with you. You know your story better than I do. But for many of you, you may be married, or you may be dealing with somebody who is married, or who's not finally divorced yet, but you're trying to have this new beginning of a relationship. I'm not judging, I'm just reading the cards, okay? Because the high priest is equivalent to the Hierophant, often does indicate marriage, but the ace is a brand spanking new beginning. Some of you may be getting over a marriage, getting over a very long-term relationship where you're getting over something, but you're very excited to have some sort of new beginning here. Okay, so it depends on what's going on in your life. But the crowning energy here is the Knight of Cups. Beautiful. Love it. Knight of Cups is somebody different. So again, going back to the runes and to the Lenormand too, it's just this idea of newness. So it's Aquarius and Pisces. Again, Aquarius is out of the box. It's somebody different. Something's different than what's been going on. So Capricorn, at keeping it real, I feel like this is a new person. I don't feel like there is a history here. I just don't. I feel like you are trying to release an older energy, so, as I always call, like a residue off your soul from a relationship that maybe didn't work out. This is somebody different. This is somebody who, or you're just very focused on meeting somebody where you can have that dream met. And I know that sounds very sort of, Pollyanna, my dream, whatever, but it is. That's what Pisces is, right? It's doing something different, meeting somebody different, approaching somebody different, but in a way where you're able to really communicate your feelings and your emotions, because you're leaving something that's very toxic here. You are. We have the Six of Swords, is you're leaving the toxicity behind and you're going in a new direction, but you're making the decision to leave the toxicity behind. So I feel like for many of you, there's this trifold happening, which is what I'm feeling very intuitively. It's like the past, the present is sort of this what do I want to say? Like this doorway, or maybe even this hall, sort of like between the past and the future. You're not there yet. You're definitely, if you're resonating with this reading, because I'm feeling this very strongly, you're in the state of transition when it comes to relationships. I don't know. We're going to pull for career separate than this, right? But the Ten of Wands is just being so exhausted. Just so exhausted. The Ten of Wands really is the multitasker card. It's just being overwhelmed. You literally cannot take one more ounce of it. And this does indicate putting the swords down. You're in a space of ending a cycle. You just can't do it anymore. The Ten of Wands. I don't know if I say swords, I'm not sure. But it's the Ten of Wands, right? So this is Saturn and Sagittarius. I mean, quite literally, Saturn is like restriction, delay, heavy. The past is a history here, right? And when it's in Sagittarius, and when it's with Sagittarius, it's just like, moving forward is like having cement shoes on, right? It's this delay, it's this structure, but this heaviness in being able to move forward. So for some of you, because Saturn is also about having to do with, structure and establishment and all of that, some of you may be in a space where you're not divorced yet, or you're in a space of getting divorced, or you're in a space of having to deal with a divorce, maybe with a potential partner. Right? Can be that. Because remember, Saturn is like sludge when it's in a sign. And Sagittarius is all about, woo, let's go, luck and expansion, moving it forward, right? With integrity. But Saturn is there. It's like, nope, not yet. And it's just like, I can't do this right now. I just can't. I have to put the wands down, right? So you're definitely feeling the end of a cycle. Now, this external energy that is surrounding you, now this could certainly be this new person, a new relationship, because the Fool's a beautiful energy. It's more forward energy. What was I saying? This is Uranus energy in astrology. It's about taking that uncharted path, right? This is brand spanking new, throwing caution to the wind. But what I like about this is there's a very benefic energy that's attached to this. As long as you are careful, right? I mean, meaning, you're taking calculated risks, okay, paying attention. The Fool energy is actually quite smart. I would actually dare to say that I think the Fool energy should actually be at the end of the Tower, right? Because I kind of feel like all the energies, because you need a lot of beautiful energy in you to be able to take that risk to move forward. So for some of you, I feel like there's this new energy coming in that's really making you want to push forward. For others of you, you're just like, it's time to clean that off my soul once and for all. And you being pulled forward by just life, Capricorn, just the energy where you're like, yes, I am ready for the new. I'm ready to leave this stuff behind. And you're recognizing that the only way to make that happen is by you making the decision. You have to open yourself up energetically. But then we have the Eight of Pentacles in your fear position, Sun and Virgo. I get it. Your fear is that you're not going to have this situation where the land is going to be beautifully cultivated for you to grow the relationship in the way that you really want to, in a very pragmatic way, in order to have what you want. So I feel like for many of you, there's this coming to terms between what you're fantasizing about in your mind's eye and in your soul, and the pragmatics of what's happening out in reality. Like for some of you, you may be super clear on what you want in a relationship, but you're just not finding the right person. For others of you, you may have this person who is fabulous in every single way, right? I mean, in the way you're perceiving them, but there's something about the situation where you feel like, in a very practical and pragmatic way, because remember, that's what Virgo is, that you're not going to be able to actually make the magic happen in the relationship and build it in the way that you want to build it, right? Because the Eight of Pentacles is the Apprentice card. It's about putting in a lot of work to be able to really start formulating a cohesive foundation and relationship, and something that you're going to then add to and then grow on, and I feel like you're fearing that that's in the way. Now we have the shadow side as the outcome here. So I just want to go back to the Lenormand. I feel like you're putting the energy down, having either to do with some sort of cyclical behavior that's been going on within relationship. You're really focused on creating a new path for yourself. You're not sure if you can do it. And the shadow side it's equivalent to the devil energy. It's about imbalance. So you may be throwing yourself too quickly, too heavily into a new relationship. You may be dealing with somebody who has some sort of addictive pattern. You may be struggling with an addictive pattern. Or you may be dealing with an energy who's love bombing you. So these are all things that could come off as being quite unclear while we're in it. To me, as a reader, there's a direct correlation between the devil and the unknown, and this information coming in about this person that you didn't know, that you didn't realize. Now, it could be things that you have. Maybe you've been wearing rose-colored glasses up to this point. They haven't been completely forthcoming. Maybe it's nothing so terrible, but it's just information that you didn't know, but it's creating imbalance, Capricorn. I see that there is something about imbalance here. Now this has to do with lust, greed, narcissism, narcissistic tendencies, alcoholism, drug addiction, sex addiction, problems with food. You guys follow? That's a huge spectrum, but it's got to be imbalanced. That's the devil energy. It's some sort of issue that's imbalanced to the point of impacting the relationship. Fear of commitment, fear of abandonment, egotism, anxiety, depression, untreated, gone out of control, anything like that. But what I see here is that some sort of cycle became too heavy. You just started to not believe that you guys had what it was taking to actually move forward in a beautiful way, even though you had this definitive energy of, come on, let's go. But we have the Eight of Cups. So I'm going to tell you what I'm getting, and I'm choosing to read it like this. Now, those of you who know the cards, you can read it however you want, but I have to tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting three energies here. I'm getting an energy that you were with, yours, and somebody new. I'm getting that you are not fully over something from your past, even though you think you are. And my test always is, if you find yourself thinking in any way negatively about somebody from your past, if you find yourself communicating with your friends in any sort of negative way, in any sort of passive aggressive way, anything like that, you're not over that person yet. They might be in your past from 3 years ago. You're not over them yet. And don't push it. So, you know, everybody's soul is on its own journey, right? We can't push healing, whatever it means. You don't have to agree with it straight out of the gate. That's okay, but I want you to think about it for a minute. At least do that, right? Think about it. But what I like here, and what I love here, is that we have the Eight of Cups energy, which means moving away from toxicity, moving out of a relationship that became unhealthy for you. You recognize it, there's sadness, but there's no regret. You know it's time. For you, this is Saturn and Pisces energy. Your dreams became too challenging to go after with this person. It just became too restrictive, too complicated, too heavy, too dramatic, too cyclical, too unhealthy. And you're out of there. You're sick of it and you don't want to do it anymore. You're tired of the imbalance. You're just sick of it. So you know that in order for you to get into that Fool energy, you understand that in order for you to stop the cycle in your life, for you to get to embrace this protection, you want to brace the protection here of Algis from the rune. You got to let this go. You got to let it go. But I see that there is another energy surrounding you. Now, I do want to say too, you might be dealing with that energy via the internet, because this card here quite literally can indicate tweeting, as in Twitter, or any sort of social media connection, right? It's a modern interpretation of it. But there's no question you're looking forward. There's no question. There's forward movement. This is about forward, but you have to release whatever is on your soul and ask yourself, like, honestly, have you been your true, authentic self? You got to listen to your gut and clean it out. Time to clean out. Yep. All right. That's what we have for that part. Complicated but clear. Hopefully that made sense to you. It did to me. All right. Let's pull a couple of oracles. Pull a couple of love, we'll pull a couple of time wellness, and we can leave those guys up there, okay? Leave those up there. Oop. I might as well take these. Beware of what you are projecting for the qualities you admire in one another, or qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is time to give to yourself. All right, listen, maybe you just need to do a little bit of healing. As you know what I always say, the energies, I can tell you all day long what they are. You're an energetic being. You don't have to engage if you don't want to. We're not puppets. We're not slaves. We are not slaves. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point to trying to change that which is beyond our control. I like this first card though too, because it's beware of what you're projecting. So that's such a good piece of advice that is so difficult for all of us to swallow. We want to be careful of what we identify in a relationship. Now, I'm not talking about the overt stuff like if somebody cheated or whatever. But, the things that we find wrong or not okay with our partner, a lot of times it's stuff that we actually inhabit within ourselves that we really don't want to look at. Just an idea to think about. Just something to think about. Time wellness. Let's see what these guys have to say. The Grim Reaper, yes, it's over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. Be that fool. Stop the cycles. Then we have the runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy. Listening to ego. Doesn't have to be you, Capricorn. That could be an energy that you're dealing with, a runner energy. That's that devil energy. That's imbalance. That's imbalance. Healthy choices. Nice. Making healthy choices in love and in life, self-care, self-love, being happier. Yes, yes, yes. Let's just see what you might be. What did you need to? No, you know what? I'm not feeling these today. Isn't that funny? I'm not feeling these today. I'm not. I love that when it comes through that strong. Let's pull some Shadowscape in the upright for some additional messages. Okay. Popping out. We got these, King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Yes. Yeah. You know what, Capricorn? And I'm not saying this because I'm talking to you. I'm saying this because of the Seven of Swords. Ten of Swords, yeah. Yeah, let it go. Seven of Swords, card of thievery. Some of you may have literally had something stolen from you. But yeah, I mean, like even aspects of ourselves. Like when we get very entrenched, we can't beat ourselves up about it. But sometimes we're like, oh my God, how did I let that happen in that relationship? Where you look back on the relationship, you're like, that's probably not my proudest moment. Or, you know, why did I allow that to happen? Or whatever, right? That's one understanding of it. But you could have been dealing with somebody who was wearing a mask, right? I would say the Seven of Swords, that's a mask wearing card. It's Moon in Aquarius. Moon, as I feel, Aquarius is differently than what it is that you're showing the world. So this could be, we have this King of Pentacles here. So I do feel like you were dealing with somebody. This is this is an Aries and Taurus. So somebody who was very sort of forthcoming, was sort of about money, either after your money or about their money, you know, never trying to make it seem like it was about that, but it always kind of was. And there was always something having to do with that. It was always some sort of issue. But the bottom line is you're realizing that the truth of the matter is that when it came to how you guys connected, when it came to the mental, emotional, and physical connection of your relationship. Again, mental, physical, emotional is money, communication, sex, social life, all of that. You're in the space now where you're like, was it all smoke and mirrors? At what point did it stop being real? Was it ever real in the first place? There's history here. The Ten of Swords, there's history. One sword at a time over time. This is being stabbed in the back, one sword at a time over time. And you being in this space, and that's it's a horrible energy to be in, for sure. The Seven of Swords, where you're like, oh my, you know, what was real, what wasn't, you know, not knowing. You know, whenever we have that mask energy. Yeah. But you know what? Can we have a final outcome, please, for our Capricorn friends? Because I do see lots of healing here. Lots of healing. A lot of realization. A lot of you're very protected from the other side with this rune. This is the most powerful rune. We love this. We love that. We love its protection. Pay attention to everything. Yes, High Priestess. Beautiful. Okay, let's get two more outcomes for our Capricorn friends. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. You're meeting somebody new. Nine of Cups. Meeting somebody new. That's somebody new card. Yep. Very nice. Anything else? King of Swords. Somebody who knows how to tell the truth. It's not going to be easy. Capricorn and Aquarius. All right, but there's some sort of truth coming in. This is somebody who knows how to look at a situation. And what I like about this energy is it's going to be very different than anything. This person works differently than whoever you've been with in the past. This Capricorn's all about work, and it's Aquarius. Aquarius is something out of the box. You're going to be meeting somebody who's very different, who handles reality differently, who handles the truth differently, who handles communication differently, connection differently. I like it. I like it. Okay. That is what we have for this portion of the reading. All right. And now let's just go right into career. Okay. Let me do some good old Rider-Waite. So I'm keeping the runes up there. I feel like these are the general energies for Capricorn in the month of August. So there's going to be some sort of communication. Absolutely. You're going to be unclear about something. The center card of the woman, this could be you or somebody that you're dealing with. But there is this idea. Now, keep in mind, the woman in the center, I don't know, for those of you maybe who fast forwarded here, right? This is considered Lady 2 in the Lenormand. She's grabbing, if you can see an emblem here on her chest, which is representative of Venus. And now when it comes to career, Venus is one of the money planets. And then we have it with the unknown rune. So there's some question marks when it comes to money, information coming in this month, but you not being completely clear. But some sort of, it's going to incite the ending of some sort of cycle that you're entrenched in right now, having to do with money, having to do with career. So whether you're employed, then you're going to become employed. If you are employed in one area, you may become employed differently, or things may just change tracks or the trajectory at work, right? But you're going to be listening to your gut for sure, absolutely, with the moon energy rather. And you really want to make sure that you're even resonating with what it is you are doing right now, because in a very practical way, Taurus is also a money energy as well. You're really thinking about the future, because we did the one astro dice we had here is Aquarius, which is all about the future because it's ruled by Uranus. All right, so let's get right into this for our Capricorn friends. 4 of Cups. Some of you may be just feeling like good old-fashioned bored in your job with the 4 of Cups, but it's being crossed by the King of Pentacles, but you're doing it because you need the money. But let's see what we have here. And then we have the Death card as the crowning. Okay, then we have the Hierophant. We have the Fool. The energy of the Fool coming into this. Oh, wow. Love it. Love it. I love that near future card for Capricorn. Well, for anybody in career, read. The Emperor is the leader, right? It's about leadership, being in charge. Oh, but you're going to have a little bit of a rough go getting from A to B. That's all right. Listen, ebb and flow of life. Let's talk about it. We have the Fool. It's about taking a calculated risk. You are really ready to take a big risk, Capricorn, for sure. And whatever you're doing, this is like uncharted path, uncharted territory. Now, if you're not doing it already, you're very ready. You're coming into this time where you're very ready. And it may be because you're very bored. Again, 4 of Cups could simply mean that you're bored. But you're sitting there with the checklist and you're like, you know what? I'm really not okay with A, B, and C, right? You really not feeling emotionally connected to whatever it is that you're doing. Now, this could be having to do with a business partner, colleagues, the way your work is being handled now, whatever it is, it's you feeling unsettled, but it's being crossed by the King of Pentacles. So when we have the King of Pentacles, this is Aries and Taurus. This is a money energy, right? It's about being responsible and doing what you have to do in order to bring money in, right? But at the same time, Aries does also indicate a fresh path and a new perspective. So it's like you're bored and you're being crossed by these ideas that are just popping in your head about these new ideas and this new path that you want to go on, but you're very aware of your responsibilities, your bills, the pragmatics of your life, and what it all means. But now we have crowning, we have the Death card. This is Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, which is about transformation. So this indicates an ending and a simultaneous new beginning. So this line really is kind of the energy that's happening right now. So I definitely feel this change for sure, right? Yes, because then we have the Hierophant energy connected to Sag. Sag is ruled by Jupiter, luck and expansion. Sagittarius about moving forward with integrity, a new belief system, adopting a new belief system. It means it can mean starting a whole new career as well. You know, when we get it for relationship, it can indicate marriage. When we get it for career, it can indicate a beautiful pairing up of a partnership for those of you in that space, business partnership. Or you just joining with some sort of new career path or idea that you really resonate with. You really resonate. And look at you here right now. Yes, 10 of Cups. We love the 10 of Cups, right? You've been working really hard, Capricorn, putting one cup up in your rainbow, one at a time over time. And you are just really, really ready to deepen whatever it is that you're in. You want to be more than what you are right now. You just want to be more. Yes, I don't see you wanting to step back. If you're a Capricorn who's in a space where You're looking to wind things down and perhaps look forward to retirement, you know, in the near future. I'm so sorry. This is not your reading, okay? I'm so sorry, but that's the way the general energies work. This Capricorn here, this 10 of Cups energy, because this is you are so focused on deepening, growing, creating. That's the 10 of Cups energy. And, you know, if you're wondering, is this going to become more successful? Am I going to become in a space where I resonate with what it is that I want to, you know, bring to myself right now? The answer is yes. And it's through, a lot of this has to do with, though, in a very practical way, and being called to say, like, communication. So, you know, going back to Lenormand, I feel like there's some sort of communication. Something is going to be happening, like, online, that's going to end up something that you weren't expecting, something that you don't know about now. Something you don't know about now. Doesn't have to be like bad, you know what I mean? It's something's going to be coming to light in the month of August, which makes sense to me, because the energies are going to start to unknot themselves, like 3rd into the 4th week of August. But you know, guys, I do the weekly read, so let's see what else comes up. And then we have the Temperance energy external to you. This is all about, what do you need? What do they need? What does the situation need? What does everybody need? This is about cooperation. You know, this really is. This is about, you know, having a meeting of the mind, sitting down and figuring out what everybody needs. But it's, for some of you, there is an issue that needs addressing. And this tells me that you are going to be addressing it. And I love that this is what's interesting, though, is even though you're having this is external to you. Somebody wants to work something out with you, okay? Somebody wants to work something out, some sort of negotiation. I see negotiation happening here, and your fear is the 6 of Pentacles, where, you know, I got your back, you got mine. Is that going to be happening here? Is it going to be equitable? Am I going to be getting paid the compensation that I should be getting paid for the work I'm going to be putting in? Is this going to be a healthy partnership? Is this all going to go well? And this is just you kind of being what I feel like in a normal, responsible mindset, actually. But you don't want to self-prophesize anything, because it does look like the external energy that wants to work something out, that wants to move something forward with you. I see it being a really good thing, but you're struggling with it at the end of the day. This is a very mental energy, boy. 9 of Swords. This is, I call this the 3 a.m. card. Mars and Gemini. So Gemini is the swords, it's communication, it's words, and Mars, that's that warrior planet, right? So this could be you can be in an internal conflict where you're having a lot of anxiety about something, maybe even a little bit of depression, trying to figure things out, but because there's change here, Capricorn. I feel like there's change. You could be ruminating over words that you had with somebody regarding, you know, your career, whatever it is that we're dealing with here. But the near future, we have the Emperor, you know, and I really like this, because I feel like you're going to be embracing the beautiful Aries energy that's going to be out. And yes, it is. It's not going to be retrograde yet until September. So really try to move something forward. Be in control of whatever you can right now. The Emperor is about being the leader of something. It is the leadership quality. It's a fresh path, a fresh perspective, a new initiative. So for some of you, the anxiety could be leaving something that you were in, mixed with the unknowing of what you're going into. I mean, it makes sense, right? How often is it? Hardly ever is the 9 of Swords like one thing. It's usually like a mix of things. It's like a salad, you know, a little bit of this and that, you know, trying to figure out where you're going next. But to have the near future as the Emperor is a completely benefic energy, because it shows confidence and it shows success. And it shows something that you can trust. So I really like it. Wherever you're going, Capricorn, I wish you could take me with you, because it looks good. That is what I have for you guys right now. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.